Hey yo! So I'm gonna review really quickly Abbott Elementary. It's one of my favorite shows. It's only on episode 2, and I already love it so much. I knew I was gonna love this show so much. Let's get into it. Okay, y'all. So first things first, we remember that Abbott Elementary is an elementary school that is based out of Philadelphia. And we start off with one of the main characters, Janine, who pulls up to the school and she is in the car with a male. So, from just my assumption, I thought it was maybe like a best friend or a brother, like a younger brother or something like that. But it ended up being her boyfriend, which she said that they've been together for like 10 years, I believe. And, he was a rapper. He's like doing the whole influencer thing, but it's really not taking off for him. And you could tell that she's very annoyed by him and that he's basically like a leech and just takes advantage of her. She basically takes care of everything and he's just a loser. And in the background, we see Tyler James Williams, who plays a substitute teacher. Who might add is very, very handsome, by the way. And you can tell that he's kind of looking as he's walking into the school, kind of seeing what was going on with her and the guy in the car, and finds out that it's her boyfriend, and he looks kind of like bummed out. So, like I said in the last video, I think that it's going to be some type of love connection going on with them too. So we get into the school. It's a normal day. She's walking down the hallway. She sees a student who's kind of hesitant about going down the hallway because when we look up, that the lights in the ceiling were flickering and she was afraid. So, of course, Janine, being the young, vibrant teacher that she is, she wants to get it done. She's going around. She's asking people to help her. She's asking the janitor. And he's basically like, hey, I got my own thing. I'm going fishing. I ain't got time. I'll get it done when I get done. And kind of for me, the theme of the entire episode was kind of like, do things now to avoid crazy situations and like don't procrastinate basically. So and then as she's talking to him, they jump to the substitute teacher who's in the middle of teaching his class, and a student walks in and his mom is behind, and she's one of those, blab, young mamas like, yeah, ain't got time to talk, peace out, my son's her back. And he's kind of annoyed by it because he's saying that the child has been coming to school an hour late every single day. And he was trying to work up the nerve and ask for advice from one of the older teachers, played by Shirley Ralph's character, what he should do as far as communicating with the parent. And because I work in the school system, I know how difficult, how awkward, how like hesitant a lot of teachers, even myself, have been from communicating with parents about their students, because a lot of them, they don't want you to tell you nothing about their babies. They don't want to tell you nothing about their kids. And a lot of times it feels like we're wrong, we're jumping on the babies, or we're judging them as parents. That's neither here nor there. So, like I said, he's asking her for advice. She's like, hey, come talk to me during my lunch and I'll help you or whatever. Mind you, she said that her lunch she takes on Tuesdays, I think is what she said, she goes to the nail shop. Lunch, nail shop. Tuesdays, working for the school system. Where they do that at? Like, is that on Amazon? Because I want to be at that job, because 30 minutes is not even enough. And on this episode, you could even tell that Janine, the main character, didn't even get a lunch all day. She gave her breakfast to her bum of a boyfriend. She decided not to take her lunch because she wanted to fix the problem that she created in the school, which we'll get back to in a second. So I'm like, dang, like, how long will it must be right next door to the school. But anyway, so they go away from that part of the story back to Janine, who is, again, still trying to get people to help her and see, like, hey, we need to help these kids. They're scared. Like, this is not good. Like, we need to get these things fixed. And they're like I said, stuck in their ways. They're older. They've been teachers for longer than she has. So they're kind of like used to things getting done when they get done, and focusing on what they can control or what they can handle. Basically, it's like what they were telling her in the break room anyway. So she gets this grand idea to go get the ladder, get on it herself, and fix it. So she thinks it's like not that big of a deal. She thinks she fixes it. She touches one of the loose cords, and some of the lights in the classroom go out. You hear the teacher screaming, the kids screaming, and she's like, oh my gosh. Then when it goes back from commercial, you see that she's stuck on the ladder because, like me, which I thought I was the only one, I'm afraid of ladders. I don't care if it's a 2-step ladder, if it's a 7, however tall it is, I get so scared. I don't know if it's because I'm short like her or what, but I was cracking up because homegirl was not trying to get off of that ladder. But anyways, everybody runs down the middle of the hallway. She can't hide. She can't run. She's stuck on the ladder. So they see that she's, again, trying to fix everything and then made the problem worse. So then that's when everybody goes, their separate ways to lunch. But she and another teacher stay behind to try to fix the problem. So then you jump to the nail salon with Shirley Ralph's character and Tyler James Williams' character. And he's basically like, okay, I'm here. Like, can we have a discussion now? Can you help me to try to figure out a way to communicate with the parent and work up the nerve to talk to her? And she says, well, you can talk to her now. And she looks out the window and he sees that this same lady is walking down the street. And he was just like, so you basically set me up? And she was like, no, I remember that she comes here every 2 weeks to get her nails done. So here's your opportunity to talk to her. She walks in, very Sadidi Bougetto, and she introduces herself again. They talk, and the older teacher's kind of like nudging him in her own special kind of way to work up the nerve, like I said in the beginning, to not procrastinate and have the conversation, which he does. And to me, that just like melted my little heart because, one, the school is basically predominantly black. Two, the teachers, besides 2 of them that are main characters, are black, and are not black, and then the principal is black. And for me, there are a lot of kids who fall under the radar because, like I said, the parents are just caught up in their own way. The teachers are caught up in the things that they need to take care of, and a lot of times what the child needs is for everybody to get along, everybody to be on one accord for the benefit of the child. And that's basically what I feel like his character is bringing in, kind of like that father figure, that fatherly type. And then also, again, teachers that look like us, black people, to let students see a different side of things. A lot of times we have students who live in predominantly poor neighborhoods or impoverished neighborhoods or hoods in general, and they don't see those examples, and they don't see when they go to school a lot of people that look like them. So that also helps. And I, for one, noticed that just walking through the hallways. Even though I'm a pre-K assistant teacher, I see kids walking down the hallway all the time, little black girls, and they're like, hey, even kids that I don't even know their names, and if they're acting a fool in the hallway, all I gotta do is give them that look. So it's kind of like that thing. And the teacher not the teacher, but the mom kind of saw like, oh, he really cares, because why would he even take this time to like basically come to me and tell me that I need to get on my job and help the kid, and eventually worked, and he felt good about it. So they leave the nail shop, they go back to school. They see that we saw before they went out of the nail shop that Janine and the other teacher were trying to fix the problem that she started, making the lights go out, but she didn't understand the janitor or the maintenance guy's like own way of doing things with the breaker system. So she hit the wrong button, and then boom, the air went out. And so everybody was hot. Everybody got sent outside. And then that's when we see everybody outside with the sunglasses, the kids playing in the sprinklers, having different conversations. And basically just the elder teacher telling Tyler James Williams' character, I'm going to possibly put all these names in here. I don't know yet. So that I won't keep saying their real names. But she's telling his character, basically, like I said, the best thing to do is to just do it. Just don't avoid it, because when you avoid things, you end up missing out your opportunity. And I feel like I said, that was like the theme of the show. So towards the end, you see that he's walking down the hallway. He's seen admiring Janine in her classroom, and they decide to go and have a late lunch or early dinner. They said it was like 4 o'clock, end of the school day meal basically. And he's like, yes, like this is my time, because again, he was admiring her when they was outside, so I believe there was a little love connection going on. And then of course the other male teacher, the white guy, he decides that he wants to hop along, and he kind of looks in the camera like, oh great, like you're basically blocking what I'm trying to do. But I really think that this show is going to be a hit. It already is a hit. I've seen other people have commentary about this show. I've seen people talk about it on Twitter. I've seen the things that they post about it on TV and commercials. They've really, really, really been promoting the show, and I'm so glad, because like I said, it's a black creator, black, just influencer creatives. Like, I'm for it. I'm all for it. Even my mom texted me and told me that she thinks the show is so cute. So you guys make sure y'all tune in. I know this was really, really fast. I hope you guys can hear me and understand, because the heat is on. It's freezing cold here, and it's blowing right now. So again, this was my take on Abbott Elementary, which comes on Tuesdays on ABC at 9 o'clock. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace.